Okay, so good morning, guys. Good morning, all. So, welcome you all for the demonstration of API testing. Okay, so let's start the session. So, API testing using Postman and Rest Assured. Okay, so here, which means that we are learning a API testing using Postman tool as well as using a Rest Assured. So now the question is why we are learning two things here. I mean to say Postman and Rest Assured. Okay. So why we are learning two things of API testing, using a Postman and Rest Assured is the question. So you have to understand that first. Okay. So before that, let me give an intro of the batch, batch detail. So this we are planning for the 8 a.m. batch. Okay, the duration will be 45 days. Okay, duration will be 45 days course duration, and timings will be the 8 a.m. batch. Okay, timings will gonna be 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. Like a 1 hour of session. Okay. Okay, so other things and all management will share you. Okay, so now let's jump into the API testing course info. Okay, so first what we are doing is, you all know that first we are learning about the Postman tool. Okay, so how to perform the testing on APIs using a Postman tool. Okay, with the help of the Postman tool, first we are learning how we can perform the API testing, how we can validate the service, how we can send the request to the server, how we can get the response back from the server. After getting back response from the server, how can we validate on different, what are the parameters we need to consider in order to validate the server response, and how we can achieve that. Okay, so basically, see, if you can see here, this is in a Postman tool. Okay, this is in a Postman tool. First we are learning complete tool knowledge. How can we handle this Postman? First we have to know that, right? Because we have a different functionalities here, different resource, different modules, what we can call. Okay, everything is same, right? So we have a different features here. Okay, so how can we handle this tool? First we have to get the tool knowledge in order to handle it. Okay, so first we are learning a tool, and then we are performing a API testing with the help of this tool. Okay, so why we are learning is the question. Okay, so here the rest assured is an automation part, means completely automation using a Java language. We are trying to automate the REST APIs using a rest assured library. This is also a Java library. Okay, so apart from that, if you want to perform the testing of a API without any much coding, with the help of the tool only, if you want to achieve it, yes, there is an option that is in a Postman. In the Postman, can't we automate? Yes, there is an option here also to automate by using a JavaScript. Okay, but here what we are doing is, directly taking into the automation part, like using a rest assured and using a Java language. First what we are learning here is, we are completing all the parts, what are the testing we need to perform on the API testing and APIs. We are completing that using a Postman. Okay, so first we are taking from the very scratch, like very basic, like starting from the what is web URL. If it is in a what is web URL, and what are the parameters basically web URL contains. This is in a very basic. Okay. Hmm. So what is web URL? If it is in a URL, what is what are the parameter it contains? Okay. So what is endpoint? What is endpoint? Then yeah. Please, can you go mute, Abhijit? Can you go mute, please? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. What is an endpoint? What is an path parameter? Okay, what is a query parameter? Okay, then what is port number? The important thing, what is domain name? Okay, and for together what we call it is a base URL. Okay, so then just understanding completely about the URL. Okay, so what is fragment ID? Okay, so completely like understanding about the URL. Okay, whenever they're giving an API, you need to understand first what are the parameter it contains. Then only it's possible you to thoroughly test the each and every parameter that we are receiving from the developer. Okay, then so after learning this basic concept, it's a very basic, but sometimes we miss to understand some topic of the basic also, and sometimes we miss to perform it thoroughly because improper info of the URL. Okay, so we have to understand thoroughly what are the parameter it contains and how the parameter will looks like and how can we validate those parameter. All this knowledge we should be having clearly. Then after learning about the web URL, we are learning something like JSON language. Okay, this is very important. We are learning a JSON language here. Okay, so under this JSON language we'll be covering like what is JSON, what is JSON, and what is JSON object. Okay, and what is JSON array. Okay, how can we create a complex data creation, how can we create a nested data. Okay, so all these things basically under how can we access the data. Okay, so all these things will be discussed. Okay, completely about the JSON language also we are learning. Then after learning this, then we are learning about the HTTP methods and status codes. HTTP methods and different status codes. Okay, okay, so this is where API starts. Okay, so HTTP methods and status codes. Okay, this is a very important. Without these two info, without clarity about these two info, API testing is nothing. Okay, because whenever you are attending the API testing interview, this is a must question. Okay, on the HTTP methods and on the different status codes. Okay, what will be the question is, okay, what are all the different status codes you worked in your project. Okay, so what are the different status codes you come across while you're working in your project. Okay, so you have to tell whatever the status codes you are encountered while you are working with the API testing. For example, I have tested this delete service now. So I have got a 200 status code, which means successfully deleted. Okay, so we will discuss about this later. So this is a very important thing. Okay, so after getting all the basic info, okay, then finally we are jumping into the Postman tool. Okay, then first we are starting a API testing using a Postman tool. Why? Because in a course, or in a course, some people may be working in a manual testing, they want to jump into the automation, maybe. Or some people may be working in a manual testing and they want to continue their work in a API testing of a manual approach. Okay, they don't want to learn the coding and all, and they don't want to do that, but still they want to work in the API testing. And in a course, whoever is joining, there may be a fresher will also be joining, and who doesn't know, at least start basic of coding, or maybe the one who is working in a non-IT now they are jumping towards an IT, and in initial days they don't want to take a much risk by learning the coding. Okay, means they need some more time to adjust for all this coding, right? So by considering all this parameter, okay, we have to take a course in such a way that everyone we have to take in a single page. Okay, so by considering all this parameter, so first we are learning with the postman, so that what happens, whenever you are working in a automation, means UI testing, okay, this is how you follow, right? Means, if you want to understand functionality properly, thoroughly, what you will do, you will, once you will, manually you will, go through your application. Okay, you have to go through your application manually. Then once you're getting some hold on it, once you're getting clear clarity on it, on the functionality, then you will start automating the particular functionality. So here also similar way, by using a tool, you know once, after starting testing the APIs, you will get some hold of it. Means you will get a idea what is API, how API will look like, what are the different parameter it contains, how we can validate, what are the different methodology we need to use in order to validate this. So all info you will get it. So the same concepts you are learning in a tool, the same concepts then you are applying in the automation. But here little bit of coding is required. Just a basic Java language is required. Okay. So whoever is taking the course, whoever is joining the course, after completion of this postman also, you can start applying your job, or you can start, working on your project, or so on. Okay, if you want to go with the, because you can, just open the JD in the Naukri and you can just, search it. So everyone ask like, someone should be have a knowledge on a postman or rest assured, and someone should be having a knowledge on a API testing. Okay, most of the companies expect the candidate to have a knowledge on a API testing nowadays. Okay, without API testing nowadays, I'm not seeing any JD. Even though they are hiring for the Selenium, along with that, they want candidates to have a knowledge on a API testing. Okay, that much demand it is having in the market now. Okay, so after learning the postman, you can happily apply your job, or you can switch, or you can start working. Or else, if you want to, work completely on the automation and all, yes, you can also, after rest assured also, you can start it. Okay, so from what, whenever we completed this, from that time only you can start applying your job. Then after computation this, it's like added advantage that you know both the ways of testing. Okay, you know how to perform the API testing using the tool as well as using the library. Okay, so this is what we will be learning. Once after learning about the postman, then we are, completely switching into the automation. This is like, this is what automation. Okay. Mm. So this is a automation part. Okay, so using an Eclipse IDE, we will be performing it here. So then rest assured. Okay, so completely working API testing using the rest assured. Here we are referring the official document of the rest assured in order to validate the different scenarios in API. Okay, so after performing the postman, after performing the rest assured, finally we are working with the framework. Finally we are working with the framework. Okay, so here framework, before we were, working with a TestNG framework, but now considering the market demand, considering the students request, so just, including a BDD framework. Okay, so just, from this batch we are including the BDD framework. Okay, this is the demand in the market now. So, we are just, changing the framework like to BDD framework. We'll be working the framework with a BDD approach. Okay, so this is all the plan about the course. Okay, so now we'll discuss something about the API now. Okay, because, okay, what is API, and why we require a API, why it becomes so much demand in the market. If you can just open the Naukri, guys. Okay, all the JD, all the job description contains, without API testing, there is no JD, I guess. Okay, nowadays. Okay, why it becomes so much popular, and what is the importance of learning a API testing, we'll discuss now. Okay, so okay, what is API basically? What do you guys know about it? Hmm.
Interface between the two applications is nothing but API.
Oh, okay. Interface
Like,
between the two application. Okay. Ah,
for suppose
two
we will be
application.
having
Hmm?
for suppose we will be having some two applications would be there, uh,
Mm-hmm.
like uh, uh, like a like Python application and Java application would be there. If you want to send the application, you want to for suppose if Java wants to send the application through
Mm.
Python, I think you are not able to understand.
Okay.
So she was not able to understand. So for the
Mm.
so because she will be sending information to Java language, right? Same thing if Python wants to send information to the Java. So she was
Okay.
also not able to understand because it is in Java. So in order to eradicate this, they are going to use they're going to integrate
Mm-hmm.
API. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
integrate in the API.
Mm.
So using
Okay.
this API, so in the API we'll be having some Johnson language will be there, which can understand all the languages.
Okay. Okay. What is full form of API? Application
Application application
Program
program language.
interface, or we
programming.
can or we can say carrying information from one application to another application irrespective of any platform.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Great. Great. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yes. Salman has explained in simple word. Hemant has explained in a. It's like Salman is explained in a. What is that?
No,
One
I will
answer
say the
question.
example.
Hemant is
I just
explaining
say
4 marks questions, right?
yes, yes. Actually, like I'm just
Okay.
explaining
Okay.
what
Okay.
was
Please
what
go
is
on mute.
going to happen.
Okay. Please go on mute.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes. Yes. Please go on mute. I will just give an intro of it. Okay. We'll discuss it later.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Is it based on Java or Python?
It's based on Java.
Is there any API on Python, madam?
Yes, yes, we can, we can perform the testing of using Python as well. Okay, but in this course, you guys are learning, using a Java.
Java is going to use the OOPS concept, right?
No,
The
no, no.
Java is going to be
No, many of
which
the
concept?
companies, many of the companies has adopted this only Java using the RESTful code only. There are many of the companies has adopted. So the same thing, very rare, using a Python and all nowadays for this. Selenium only now they are starting using a Python. This nowadays it's just booming. So similarly here also Java is much used. Okay. Okay, let me explain first. Okay, let me explain. Then we'll discuss all those things. Okay. So now, okay. So API test API. So application programming interface has name suggesting. Okay, application programming interface. Okay, mean to say the interface between the two application. Okay, so what is the two application? Okay, here we have a maybe here we have a client application. Here we have a client application, and here we have a yeah, server. Okay, so this is in a client and this is in a server. Client and server. Okay, so this client is in maybe Java language. Okay, the server is in maybe Python language. Okay, so now this clients wants to communicate with server. It has to send some info. It is speaking in Java, and it is responding back in Python. The both are he is also speaking, this from this side he is also responding, or she is also speaking from this side, she is also responding, but there is no use. They both can't understand each other. Okay, so then what to do now? Somehow we have to perform the task. Okay, so even though if they're not understanding, somehow we need to achieve the task now. So then only this interface came into the picture. Okay, So we have to achieve the task now, then only to accumulate this, to make it happen, to make this task to complete. Okay, this API testing came into the picture now. Okay, here in the middle, this API came into the picture. Okay, so what it is doing, it is acting as a mediator in between the two application. Okay, so it is acting as a mediator in between the two application in order to send the data, in order to get the data. Okay, so now the question is how it has become so popular. Just because of it is acting as an interface, it has become this much of popular. You can consider any of the application nowadays. From now onwards, you have to start thinking about the API in each and every application, whatever the application you are using. Consider you are using a Hola. Okay, you are using the Hola cab, cab service, right? Hola, some other cabs facility we have, right? So here, whenever you are typing a address, okay, like your location and destination, whenever you are clicking on your location tab, it will immediately take you to the map, right? Google map, it will come there to check your address. Whenever it is whenever you are entering under destination, okay, again it will redirect to the Google map. I means map info will come here. Okay, so now you just think of it, how map, Google map is also on separate API, sorry, separate application here. Okay, so Google map is a separate application. Okay, so how this Google map info is coming inside the Hola application. Okay, so this Google map info, okay, is coming inside the Hola application. How it is coming? Okay, maybe consider the Hola as built in a Python language. Maybe Google map is there in a some other language like PHP or Java, etc. Okay, so maybe it is there in that language because this is in a separate application. Google map is in a separate application and this is in a separate application. How this info is coming here? Whenever we are clicking on this tab, like your location, it is redirecting to the Google map to get the address, to get the map location. Okay, here whenever you are typing a destination, it is redirecting here to the Google map only to get the address of the from the Google map. So how it's happening, how this application info coming in this application, this is where API came into picture. Okay, so we are not going and keeping installing in this Ola, we are not going and installing a Google map. Okay, we will not do that, right? Whenever we are installing a Ola, inside the Ola, do we need to install the Google map in order to get the info? No, right? But this info is also coming here. How it is coming? Because they are consuming, okay, they are consuming Google map APIs. Okay, so here since they are consuming the Google map APIs, okay, so all the info of the Google map will be available in the Hola. Okay, this is one example. In the same application, again we have some more example. Okay, you are traveling to some destination here. Okay, so this is your location. Okay, this is your location and you are traveling to some destination. Okay, some destination you are traveling. Okay, okay, you are reached your whatever wherever you want to reach, you reach your destination here. Okay, so then next it is the Ola is giving you the notification, please pay. Okay, please pay the amount, whatever the amount it has charged, you have to pay it now. Okay, whenever you are clicking on the pay here, it is showing you the multiple option. What is those option? Okay, pay through Hola Money, pay through Phone Pay, or pay through what is that? Um, credit or debit, pay through Google Pay, just consider, okay? Google Pay and pay through Paytm, okay? Pay through Paytm, so on, so on, okay? So if you can consider this Ola is one application, okay? You can open here, okay? The Ola is one application. Phone Pay is also one separate application. Google Pay is also on separate application. Paytm is also on separate application. Then whenever you are clicking on okay, let me pay through the phone pay, it is redirecting you to the phone pay application in order to pay the amount. If you are observed the scenario, whenever you clicking on the phone pay, it will redirect you to the phone pay application and you will do the payment, and then again it will take you back to the Ola application. Okay, not only Ola, other applications you just check from now onwards. Okay, so what's happening here? So how it will from Ola to phone pay, how we are going, to the payment option of the phone pay, because we are this Ola people consuming phone pay API. Okay, so they are consuming payment mode of a phone pay API. So from here we are through the API, we are redirecting you to the particular page to pay the payment. Okay, so here also they are consuming the phone pay API, Google Pay API, Paytm API, so on. Okay, so this is how APIs are very useful. So you can take any of the application. Without a API, there's no application. Okay, okay, this is one scenario. Maybe now I will tell you one more scenario. Maybe this this scenario you will be aware of clearly. Okay, say suppose you are trying to log in into your Instagram account. Okay, you might have observed this and you are very much familiar about the Instagram, right? Okay, so Instagram account here. In Instagram, what happens? You're trying to logging in into your Instagram account. Okay, so here it will ask you to enter username. Okay, enter username, enter password and login. Here login. Okay, then also one more option, or please make use of a login with Facebook, or login with Google. Okay, or login with, just I'm giving, okay, I don't know this option is there or not, just I'm giving. Okay, login with Twitter. Okay, okay, so like this option you will be receiving. Okay, so what's happening here? So what is this options? Okay, maybe here you have a username to enter, and here you have a password to enter, and here you have a login button. Okay, then here you have a login with Facebook, and here you have a login with Google. Okay, here you have a login with Twitter. Okay, you might have seen. Now you can open Instagram and you can check. Okay, log out from the Instagram and you can check this. You will be having a like this window, which means that this Instagram people, what they are doing is, here they are allowing you to create a account using username, password and some other authentication while sign up, while registering into the Instagram. They are taking that and they are allowing you to enter if you're, for example, if you don't have a Facebook account, you also, given some other option to log in into the Instagram. You want to use the Instagram maybe alone. Okay. So you have to Instagram, use the Instagram. You don't have a Facebook account. So by the time, obviously, they have to give some option, right? So this is what they are providing. Okay. So, okay, you enter your username, enter your password, and click on login. Okay. They are allowing you to, enter into the Instagram account, log in into the Instagram account by authenticating by the Instagram only. They are authenticating the user. Or else, one more option. Okay. What is this? Login with Facebook. So what happens when you click on the login with Facebook? In a single click, it will get login into the Instagram account. When you click on the login with Google, in a single click, it will, just, login into the Instagram. Okay. So how this happens? How this happens? Because this Instagram people consuming Facebook APIs, Google APIs, and Twitter APIs. Okay. So what they will do? See, if the person is using Facebook account, means obviously the person is authenticated person only. Means while performing a login activity or registration for the Facebook account, while performing a sign up for the Facebook account, Facebook people will not allow everyone to sign up, right? Means they will do the check. Okay, means they will capture all the info about the user, they will authenticate them, then they will allow them to make use of the Facebook, and they are happily using the Facebook. So Instagram thinks that if the people using Facebook already, if the people using Google already, if the people using Twitter already, which means they are authenticated user only. Okay, they are valid user only. So no need to waste the time, no need to waste the time again by authenticating separately in my application. Okay. So this is how they are implementing user friendly application. So we feel very happy, right? Actually, whenever we are, trying to register something, we feel like, oh, yo, again I have to enter all this info. Means again it's a time waste process, like that we feel. Okay. But whenever simply clicking on one click, if we are, logging in inside the Instagram, means we feel happy, right? Hey, how soon I logged in, so it's not taking any much info, because I've already spent some time while creating the Facebook account. Okay. While creating the Google account, I already spent. So I'm authorized person only. That's why, still I'm using a Facebook and Google. Okay. So I'm already an authenticated person. Then why I need to again have to prove the all those info, means providing all those info, why again I have to prove about it, right? So simply what what they're doing, they're believing that if they're using the Facebook, yes, they are already authenticated user, just consume their API, and in a single click those user has to log in. But if they don't have a account, means then they have to authenticate inside the Instagram. Okay. But if they already have an account, they know that they already authenticated user, simply we will allow those user to simply log in into the Instagram with a single click. Okay. So in order to achieve this, what they are doing, they are consuming the Facebook API, they are consuming a Google API, they're consuming a Twitter API in order to achieve this. Okay. And this is how they are making application user friendly. Okay. So whenever user starts liking the application, then only their business will also run, right? Okay. We will also, nowadays instead of a Facebook, many people have started using only the Instagram, because the way they give the application, okay, they are making it a very user friendly, right? So that's why everyone are towards the Instagram. Okay. So this is how APIs are used in many of the scenario. Not only this scenario, if you open any of the application, let's open the any booking application, like Make My Trip we have, Clear Trip we have. Okay. So there you will get a many bus information. Okay. There you will get a many flights information. How all this works? Okay. How all this works? Because those people are consuming. So if you can take flights information is available there, right? I mean to say, Vistara flights, Air Asia flights, Air India, all the flights info will be available inside the Make My Trip. but that Vistara is also having a separate application. That AirAsia is also having a separate application. Okay, so how those application info is coming here? Okay, they are consuming from the Vistara. Make my trip are consuming a API. So that information available here also. Okay,
And
understanding,
consuming
right?
in the sense what, man? Consuming in the sense what, man?
Means that they're using. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, okay. So consuming in the sense they're using. Okay, using is nothing but consuming. Okay. Yeah. So then yes, yes, yeah, the session is recorded, guys. Okay, session is recorded. Each and every session will be recorded. Okay, not only now, after when we start the actual sessions, every day session will be recorded and every day session will be uploaded in the drive. Okay, overall enrolled for them, they will give a drive access. Maybe if you have taken any other course in the DurgaSoft, you might have aware of the process, right? So they will record each and every session and they will upload in the drive and you will be having access to watch it. Okay, so this is a basic info of APIs. Okay, so from now, what is the task? Whenever you are using any of the application, let's start thinking about it. Okay, where they have used API, how they are, for example, you are using any of the application. Okay, whenever you are trying to pay, for example, take a Zomato, Swiggy, all those things, right? So there, you will, select whatever the dish you want to eat. After selecting your favorite dish, you're going and you're clicking on the pay now, right? So whenever you're clicking on the pay, it will redirect you to the phone pay, Google Pay, all these things, right? So whenever you are using such kind of application, you start thinking from now, okay, what's happening here, what's happening in the background? Okay, they're calling APIs here. Okay, this API they're calling, so that's why I'm redirecting to the phone pay. Okay, I'm coming back and then I'm selecting some other option. What's happening here? Okay, here they're calling a Google pay, whatever the payment method you will be using. Okay, so start thinking in that approach from now onwards. Okay, you will understand the importance of API and how often they are used in each and every application. In each and every application, you know without API there's no any application. That's why in the market, okay, the API development is also having a high on demand. Parallelly, the API testing is also having a high demand. Okay, so you can just open the Naukri and search it once. You will get to know the importance of learning the API testing and importance of having a knowledge on the API testing. Okay, okay. So now, okay, yes, okay. Dear ma'am, this is the first demo. Yes, this is a first demo. Yes, first demo for you guys. Okay. Um. mhm. Yeah, so what's the plan we have thought is like, already one year, previous week we have started a 8 a.m. batch. Okay, thought to combine with you guys to that batch. Okay, we'll see how this works. At least we'll start from the 7:30. Okay, after enrolling, we'll make a plan of it. Okay, at least
Uh,
7, 8:30.
Hello. This
Yes,
is purely on Java only, right? Not on Python, right?
yes, yes, yeah, purely on Java. Yeah. I works on the same, so same thing, will be keeping inside the course. Okay, so yes, it's purely on the Java.
Uh, Means, will you help us in writing Python?
Python. Okay. That will be the different approach. We'll see. Okay, Krishna, like any of the course, any of the batch they're starting with the Python means,
Okay.
will tell them to notify you if you are working on the Python. We'll tell them to notify you, or if I am starting means I will notify.
Okay.
Okay, but this is on a completely Java means tool. Postman tool is a common for the everything. but maybe in the rest assured, for rest assured, I'm using a Java here.
Hello,
Okay.
ma'am.
Because
Ma'am,
I'm from the background of Python only, so I want to write in Python only. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Krishna, I will just
ma'am,
inform and notify you on this. Okay.
hello, hello, ma'am. In Java, what kind of like like what kind of language what kind of concept we going to use in Java?
Okay, good question. Okay. So Java means, guys, here. So like here we are not expecting like a advanced level of Java and all. Okay, just a basic Java, like core Java, what we can call core Java. I mean to say, like if you can consider here, like what is I will just write on the topics. Okay, what is data type. 1 second. Yeah, I will just change it to font. Okay, so here Java concepts. Okay, Java concepts to be known. Concepts to be known is, so let's consider data types, and what is data types and variables concept. Okay, data types and variable concepts. Then access modifier, something we are called as an access modifiers. Then uh, operations, different operations in Java, and then after covering this much, you guys can go about the arrays concept. Then after covering hoops concepts, after hoops concepts like exception handling, then exception handling, after the exception handling, collection. Just uh, basic of knowledge is enough. Okay, in collection also we have a multiple interfaces, not all the interfaces is required. Okay, what are the interfaces we are often using? If you are thorough with those, like array list, hash map, set. Okay, so this, like, okay, if you are thorough with that, that is more than enough. Here also oops concept, and just a data type and variables and access modifiers, and different operation that we can perform. Hmm, and array concept, oops concepts, and exception handling, and something operations, and this one statements. I mean to say, uh, for loop, and for while loop, do while loop, switch statements, for each, all those things were there, right? So if you understand this much, that is more than enough. Okay, so if you understand thoroughly oops concept, that is also more than enough, because all other things and are like a concepts wise. Okay, so basic things and oops, if you understand means, that is more than enough. So what my suggestion is, so while we are working with the postman, you will get some time. Okay, so you will get some good time. So what you have to do in that time, every day one topic you have to complete. Okay, data types and variables first day, then access modifier next day, then operation and statement, then next day, so on. Like that you have to complete before coming to the rest assured. While coming in the rest assured also, while I am working with the topics, okay, I will also be giving a brush up on these topics. Okay, I will also be giving a brush up on these topics while we are working with this, and while we are working in the rest assured, I will be telling you what we are using, which concept we are using, which Java concept we are using here. Also we will be discussing here. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. And in the oops concept, only exception handling we need to use, like we need to learn, or in that oops concept we have different type of concepts would be there, what
Mm.
are classes, what are objects, exception
Mhm.
handlings, what are
Okay. See, oops concept means complete oops only. Okay. Because see, without a hoops, none of the project will work. I mean to say, to implement a project, you should have a good knowledge on the oops. Oops is like a basic pillar, guys. Okay, so oops is like a basic pillar of a Java. Okay, in this only we are achieving we are making a Java very strong by having a oops concept only. Okay, so here we have a polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, abstraction. Okay, so these four are like a basic pillar of the Java. Okay, important pillar of the Java is nothing but polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance. Okay, so you have to be clear about those four topics while implementing the framework. Okay, so that's oops means complete oops, not off of oops, not like that. Okay, complete oops you have to learn that. Just having a four pillars, what I'm telling. So if you're thorough with those four pillars concept, then that is also more than enough. Very easy. See, believe me, learning a API testing is very easier than learning the Selenium. Okay, because in Selenium, you might have to learn the XPath, advanced XPath, and so on. Okay, so multiple things you have to learn there. But learning the API testing is very easy, believe me. Okay, with respect to Postman, also with respect to REST assured, also it's very easy if you understand thoroughly the basic concept. Then going forward it will be very very easy. Okay, there's no much complication. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, will you advise during the session? Will you advise how the basic like syntax is written, like API basic syntax from the baby steps?
Basic syntax, what, Salman, can
For API, like some like now we have explained API very well, like in the real time example, either Ola or any other application, how the
Mhm.
APIs are integrated with the different kind of application and this make a easy for us. So, but how API in real time, how basic API files are writing, or how it's work, and what syntax, I mean to say that in from the coding perspective is how API looks like and how it is
Mhm. Mhm.
it is integrated with another application.
Oh,
Like in a summary, what I want to ask, like the basic structure of the API and how does it work? The basic, like
okay.
from like hello program we write in the beginning of
Mhm.
our engineering college, like that,
Mhm.
how a small API works. Uh,
Mhm.
that like that
Basically,
that's
Salman, like architecture of the API.
correct. That
Okay,
is
okay. Yes, yes, yeah. We'll discuss, Salman. Yeah, architecture will discuss. Okay, how it is, if you guys want, idea about how they will implement API also, we can, look into the sample code, how they are, developing the APIs. Like, we are not, obviously, we are not spending time in development, but if you guys are interested in that, we can look into the sample code, how in the
yeah.
backend they are implementing, so that
Or
how. Mm,
how
yes.
you can share some reference so we can go through it, and if there any confusion we can ask,
Mhm.
because my problem or my challenge is that still the feelings are not coming like API. Okay, it is okay, we understand like API, how your example was very nice. Okay,
Mm,
it is how one application is integrated with the other application, but actually how it's work means how they are talking to each other, and
okay.
how the communication is going, uh, how the
Yes.
communication is happening
Mm-hmm.
between the two applications. So one
Yes.
time, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like this is the API of support Ola, and other the API of the SBI bank. Okay,
Mm,
so how
yes.
they are talking, I'm just saying the example. You can take any ABC
Okay.
example. The feelings
Yeah,
are
I
not
got to
coming,
know. Like you are, kind of very curious about how things working in the back end, right?
Correct. Means the feeling are not coming. Okay, I
Okay. Okay.
understand I know the
Okay,
example,
Salman.
but how?
I understand your question actually. So whatever the question you are asking, it's similar kind of you are asking about the development. Okay. So how we are being a testing engineer, test engineer, we can orally tell like yeah, we are calling this API, we are using this API, and we are consuming their services in our application. That much is enough with respect to the testing. But whatever you are asking in the how it happens, how backend, how it will call, how the communication will happen. So all those are the part of the like we can tell like a low level implementation, low level diagram we can means we call, right? High level diagram and low level diagram. So that is this part, like implementation part. Okay. If you guys are very curious about knowing how the implementation is happening in the backend, how they are communicating in between the application, how the info will go from this application, we'll take any of the reference sample example that we can get in the Google, and I will just go through that. Okay, I will just
Okay,
give an info like how it's happening.
okay,
Okay.
okay, thank you. Or any class going on, like you can refer to join that class, so I can go through that also. If it is out of the syllabus, if my
Mhm.
question is out of the syllabus, just advise any, like either YouTube video or any DurgaSoft,
Sure,
any teacher is taking,
Yeah, yeah.
so we can
Salman,
go
are you
through
there?
that.
sure.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
Salman,
Yes.
I am just recommended to join this Shriman sir class. This is the best for development after and Durga sir also.
no, I had been when Sriman's class in DevOps,
Yes, I
what
think
happening?
that is the a
Yeah,
development, API
it's
development,
a
Salman.
core development, very hardcore development.
They are a
Okay.
Means,
master.
yeah, I know Sriman sir. DevOps, I have already joined his classes. So he's going so deep, so I lost myself.
They are running use cases, real time use cases and all.
Okay, he's using Java only, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, my background is ASP.NET C Sharp, so like it some till some extent I follow him. After that, I lost.
So,
I need only
Salman, like
basics.
you are a development background or testing background?
No, no, I'm in management now.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
After development, I moved to the management level. But
yeah.
still, it is like since beginning, starting of the career, I have been developing. So
Mm-hmm.
I won't be stay there. Like the management is
Understood.
only talking. I don't like it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Salman. Yeah, I will just try to pass the reference for you. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, ma'am. And the other last challenge. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, this timing. If this timing will be better, like if you sustain the same timing, will be
Okay.
highly appreciated. 7 o'clock, because previous one I have joined your demo. It was very nice, 5 days, and I want
Okay.
to learn it, but because of timing, actually I'm at different geographical location. I'm in Riyadh, Saudi
Okay.
Arabia. So it's
Mm-hmm.
early morning. Like 7 o'clock in India means it is 4:30 a.m. in Riyadh. So it is good for me. Like 4:30 to 5:30, I will finish your class, and then from
Mm-hmm.
there I can take my kids to go to school. A lot of things are there. They started a busy day. So
Okay.
I will request if you persist the same timing,
Mm.
so I can learn from you.
Sure, Salman. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Based upon all of your request, we'll change the timing. Okay. Once after the actual session start, means once after the enrollment, I will speak with the management of the time change. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening and helping out.
Thank you. Yeah. Anything else, guys, before winding up the session?
Hey, hi, ma'am. So, ma'am, just ma'am, I want to only join ADS test suite class, okay? Because I am working as a manual tester since two years.
Oh, okay. So
So,
it
is it
means you
was
just want to start with the rest assured part?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Please, you contact the management and tell that you already discussed with me and you
Uh,
just want to opt a rest assured. If anything is request, tell them to connect with me. I will speak with them. Okay.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be on the same time, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Same time.
At seven now.
AM.
Yes, 7.
Yeah.
These demos will be 7 only because now 8 I have a session. So, demo will be on 7 only. So actually the 8 a.m. now, immediately after your demo, I have a session of API only. So we thought to combine with them because we just a week back we started that. We thought to combine your batch overall enrolling for them to that batch. So after enrolling, what we can make, we'll keep it at a 7 or a 7:30. We'll start the 7:30 to at least 8:30. I think this will works right for all of you.
Yeah. This is all. This is also okay. 7:30 means it
Yeah.
will be from 5
Yes.
to 6. That's
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
that will be
That will be
easy for me
better.
as well, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so that I
Okay.
can work up a little bit. So
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you for considering. Oh, no, it's not like hard-coded, but yeah, better. Like with
Yes.
little half an hour, they adjust, half an hour we adjust, and we learn. It's
Mm-hmm.
good.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Fine. Yeah, I will make it that.
So
Okay.
thank you so much for it.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Anything else?
Just, ma'am, so we are going restricted from basics to zero. We are starting restricted from zero now.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Yes, Bal Mukund, right? Yes,
Mm.
we are starting from the very scratch only. Okay.
Yeah,
From basic only we are starting.
yeah,
Don't worry. Okay.
yeah.
From
Thank you.
architecture of a rest assured,
Mhm.
we are moving to the framework.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Teacher, if possible, if possible, like when the email will come from the DurgaSoft, like this was the demo feedback. Is it possible to or you can like paste uh, some basic API learning tutorial or whatever reference so that we can go through it before tomorrow class.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Because
Okay,
if you
okay.
go to YouTube or any Google, I find many things and then we lost and we come back. Class finished. I cannot learn.
Mm, okay, okay. Yeah.
Like
Okay,
basic
then
thing.
what I will do, I will inform
Hmm,
the management to add the demos videos in that, previous demo videos in that. Okay.
for API only, sister, dot
Yes.
teacher.
Yes, yes, yeah. Only API.
Okay,
Okay. Only API
okay,
is a demo. I will tell them to add the link. Okay. So that you will
okay,
redirect it to the only API videos. Okay.
okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Others before winding up the session?
Hello, ma'am. After completion of the manual only, automatically starts, no, ma'am.
Yes, yeah. Because what is the flow? I already explained you guys, right? So once after working with the postman, you will get some hold and you will get some confident. Okay, API means this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how we need to handle. This is how HTTP methods. This method we need to handle this. If they are telling to add some parameter, okay, this is how we need to add the parameter. This is how parameter looks like. Okay, response we will get like this is how we need to validate like that. You will get some hold, means you will get some idea about it. Okay, so whenever you are using in the tool, so you already got an off of the idea with respect to the tool. So now the task is whatever you are doing in the tool, that with respect to, with the help of programming, you need to achieve in the rest assured. Here you, instead of a programming, you have a tool to do that. But there, everything you need to do with the help of the program. Okay. So if I want to show you the sample example, uh, okay. See here, this is in a post API. Okay. So this is in a post API. See, don't get worry by looking into this code. This is nothing actually. Okay. Nothing is there in this. Okay. By looking into this code immediately, oh my God, so much of big codes they are written like that. You don't feel okay. Actually, nothing is there. Okay. The same code repeats again and again. That's what I'm telling you. Very easy than the Selenium, I feel. Okay, and you guys will also feel. I'm damn sure about it. Okay, so
Hello, ma'am.
mm,
Ma'am, for like a script will be automatically will be there in this post API, ma'am. The script, whatever script you are using in
mm,
post API, the script
mm.
will be already available in the post API, no, ma'am.
Already available in the.
Postman tool, the whatever the coding we are writing, right, that should be already available in the Postman tool, no, ma'am. The skills were
No, no, Hemant. It's like how So here, for example, here in the rest assured, see if you can see here, I'm using a with method, I'm using a body method, I'm using a post method. Okay. So this post method I have to call in order to send the post request to the server. Here in the postman, I need to select the post method in order to send the post request. Okay, so here just we have an option and we need to select and we have to perform the things. Here we need to call the respective method in order to perform the task. So you need to aware of which method you need to call, when to call, how to call. That's it. That's the difference. Okay. See, here for all the task, okay, you need to call the methods to perform the task. Here you need to select the methods to perform the task. That is the difference. It's like ready made. Tool means that is only right. Ready made. Okay. So you don't have to put much effort. So here your your mind has to run. Like logically it has to run. What to call, when to call, how to call, where to capture, how to perform the task validation here. This is what I'm performing a validation. Okay, the same validation here we can use of a script to perform the validation. Okay, here we can use the script to perform the validation here. Okay, you will understand, Hemant, don't worry. Okay, so just pay attention. Slowly you will understand. Even if you don't know, if you anyone of you if you don't know anything about the API also, no problem. You will understand from the scratch because we are starting from the very basic to advanced we are going. Okay, see, believe me, when I was starting, even I was not knowing anything, so now I'm teaching, right? So the same way you guys will also, if you're not knowing also, you will learn it because that is nothing is rocket science, right? Okay, everything is easy only, but you need some attention, you need some consistent and dedication towards the subject. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they will this demo also, if you want to watch again whatever the concept we discussed, little bit concept we discussed today, right? They will upload in the YouTube. Okay, we just go through the demo. Yeah. Okay, then we'll connect tomorrow and we'll start discussing some of the concepts from tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm 10 minutes late for the 8 a.m. session. We'll connect again tomorrow. We'll start discussing tomorrow from the basic concepts. Okay. Okay. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care. What, Anurag? Are we planning to merge this batch to another? Then how will cover the portion which is already been covered in the another batch? No. Okay. See, yeah, we will take all this into the consideration. Okay. So there, we just started a week back in the sense there also we are just starting with the basic. Okay. So I'm going very slowly for them because I'm planning to combine you guys, right? Even though after combining again, I will go through the all the basic concept whatever discussed for them. Okay, just I'm going taking slowly for them. Okay, so that's why for a week this demo will be continued. After the week actual session has to be started because they're waiting from a week back. Okay. Okay, 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 guys, then have a great day. Bye bye, take care.